That shit real as far as paying them kids to goddamn score touchdown because it happened to me, but it was my uncle. So it was all fair. He was like, shit, nigga, you get a touchdown.
It always was that nigga.
I give you $5.
He gonna pay you for sacks.
You made it seem like it was like the neighborhood dope boy.
No. I was making, but because they
He gotta make his story.
Yeah.
how?
Nigga, the little dope boys be on the side betting on me.
No.
Oh, nigga, your uncle.
But it's nigga still, nigga. He was the only one who did. Ain't nobody else did it.
Nah, that ain't the story you been telling for 10 years.
Hey, now you did make it like it was like the dope man.
Yeah.
That nigga said it was his uncle.
I never made it seem like it was the dope man that paid me. I never said that.
Okay.
Never once.
people
I said my coach was the dope boy, had 4 slugs and slapped your ass across the head. I said that. But I didn't say he was paying me.
Uncle paid him to score touchdown.
Fuck
But
right.
nah, it was always that nigga in the park bar though, who was like, hey man, you scored a touchdown, I'm gonna give you $5. You used to go out that bitch and play so hard. He that nigga, that same nigga we talking about, whoever that nigga is, lasted all the way through high school, right?
You play quarterback in park ball too?
Nah, I play running back. Because I first started by running track. And I was getting them little stupid ass ribbon, the first place ribbon. So nigga was like, hey man, come play running back. Play running back. That shit weird because I played running back my first year. Scored about 15 touchdowns. Then my second year, them niggas put, because I was bigger than, I don't know how, I was bigger than everybody at that time. Nigga put me at right guard. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Different color.
They trying me.
That was all them Devin
cakes.
That shit only lasted for about 3 days.
Strawberry Swiss roll.
Because I moved up. That
big
year,
as shit
goddamn.
over the summer.
And so it was a new coach, but then a week later, the other coach was like, what you doing? You got him at guard? He scored 15 touchdowns last year. What you doing? Because it's a whole different coach.
A nigga had to come save him.
That nigga put me at guard.
here we
I was
go.
about to quit the next day.
But
For real, bro. I was about to quit.
You pulling that thing, what?
here we go.
Block
You're
it,
tuning
linebacker.
in to the Dummies Podcast. I'm Stop.
I'm Joe.
I'm tired.
And I'm motherfucking hootie, nigga.
And we back in this thing like we never left. Because like I say, we never leave. It is where are we? It's November the 2nd. It's Friday, November the 2nd. This is episode number what? 7?
7.
8. It's 8. 7.
8.
It's 8.
That like it's 8.
I have no clue.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
it's 7.
No, it's 8.
It's
It
8.
is 8.
It's 8.
Episode 8. Shit. That's what happened. We forget them hoes. So
Man
you know,
law.
bear with us.
Man law, we forget them hoes.
Man law, niggas forget. But yeah, episode 8. We in this thing on a Friday night because tomorrow we got a big celebration going on. We finna celebrate Hootie's birthday.
Nah, we celebrating football.
No, we celebrate.
nigga, we celebrate
Don't try to downplay your
Football,
birthday.
man, it's
that
football.
nigga sent out invitations
Right.
about 3, 4, 5 months ago.
Evites and all this shit.
No.
Facebook.
There was
Y'all coming to my birthday party?
There was
Man, RSVP. Like, nigga, I'm your dog. Like, I'm coming.
There was handwritten with my left hand. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He trying to downplay it now, but he's very excited.
Nah, I'm excited because we celebrating Bama LSU game, man.
Nah, but for real though, we celebrate my dog. It's his birthday. Any day above ground is a day worth celebrating, and so it's his birthday. So we gonna goddamn do what we do, like the dummies do. You dig? So where we at? Who?
Oh man, it's just another week. You know what I'm saying? It's November already, man.
Already?
The year went by so
Isn't it?
fast, man. But shit, we in the new year, man. Just this week was Halloween, of course. I celebrated my Halloween. I dressed up as a man in tights. I went my ass to the gym, man. Went to the gym, worked out.
What the fuck?
I was in the gym with tights on, nigga. You wore tights in the gym? Goddamn.
Yeah,
So I
under
was-
my shirt. The way you make it seem like you just had on tights.
Nah, I said that to say I just
Like
went to the gym.
Nigga dress like
your
Robin Hood, man.
tights in the gym be too short.
They're 3/4.
Mine's too, but yours above your knee.
Hey,
Damn, bro.
Nigga got the biker tight.
Biking tights.
I mean, of course, your tights are gonna come down lower than mine's would.
3/4, man. But it's a good week, man. You know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, it definitely was a good week. This week was Halloween week. All the ghouls and goblins came out, man. Shit, man, what did y'all do for Halloween, man? Nobody said nothing yet.
I took little one trick or treating, man.
Oh, she had a sweet setup.
Oh, yeah.
I seen her.
Oh yeah.
I seen her. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman dressed
Yeah.
up as Wonder Woman. She got that shit down packed now, man. She go up to him, trick or treat. They put it in her bag before the shit even hit the little bucket she was toting around. She gone. Thank you.
Ready for some more.
Out of there, going to the next house.
How old is she now?
She'll be 3 in December.
God damn, I thought she was 6.
Tell her she gonna be pretty tall. Cause
Yeah, she's pretty tall to be too.
Yeah, it was definitely a good week. It was Halloween week. I got out in the neighborhood. We was the deck of the cards.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw y'all looking like a Trump. Damn.
Yeah,
I said it wrong.
don't worry about it.
you must did write that one down. Write that
Hey,
one
look,
down.
when he messed up that joke, he ain't write it
He
down.
ain't write it,
But yeah, we went out. We was the deck of cards. It kind of came together spur of the moment. We was supposed to be the 10-man, the Wizard of Oz people, but that shit didn't, life happened.
Who's gonna be the 10-man?
Who, me, nigga? Nigga, I was finna come out that bitch, nigga, and all my silver, nigga.
All
fuck wrong
10,
with you?
huh? I
Yeah.
paid to see that.
Nigga, get ready next year, nigga. It's Halloween. You got to do what you got to do.
We
for the
have
kids.
to do a Halloween.
I wanted one
Man,
bad,
we got
man.
to.
I wanted a Halloween
Next
party,
year,
man.
we doing. I say next year. By the time next year get a roll, we doing all fucking parties. Halloween, Christmas,
Right.
Thanksgiving. We doing
need to
all
do
that
something.
shit.
The
We
Dummies
gonna rotate them.
Presents.
The Dummy Presents, and we gonna rotate them hoes wherever we go. That's
Don't-
gonna be the thing.
Don't
Yeah.
quote me, but I think we having a Christmas party this year. But
Y'all don't like the host though. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all got a great facility.
This is
I
a-
never like host.
That shit fall, but it's amazing.
it's far. I mean, it is far for y'all, but it's the same distance to y'all house too.
We go there, all right?
Yeah, like
So
It's like it's
Yeah.
just shorter.
be all right.
same fucking distance. But yeah, Halloween, man. What you do? You in trick or treat? I know your ass ain't trick. And don't know this nigga lives in a loft.
Nigga grumpy. God,
Yeah,
he
hey, ain't nobody knocking on your shit out.
Get your ass away
But
with him.
I mean, it would have been cool because I spent Halloween liking y'all kids' pics. So, but me and Courtney usually go out and just drink for Halloween. But I was like, man, nah, these folks are crazy out here. So we just
And
finna
speaking of, I was telling him that, man. In the neighborhood, man. Hey, next year, y'all are all welcome. We can come out there. Like I was walking around the neighborhood and I seen how they set up. It'll be people with their homeboys, you know what I'm saying? Other people with their homeboys and stuff. They got coolers of beer and stuff in there. They passing out candy from the garage, but they having a big party in the
They
garage.
got a whole garage set up out there.
Just a whole setup, man. We're gonna have to
whole factory in there.
next year we're gonna do a little bit better with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I was thinking, you know what I'm saying? We talk about Halloween, right? And I saw recently that Reese's, the company that make the Reese's peanut butter cups and all of that, the creator of the machine, they created a machine that swap out your Halloween candy, man. Believe this shit or not. I don't know what the fuck it was when we was young, but Reese's peanut butter cups, the people who make, the peanut butter cups, they came out and said that they got a new machine, right? That for the Halloween candy that you didn't want, that you don't like, that you're not gonna eat, you can drop it in the machine and they'll exchange it for whatever candy you desire.
Whatever a Reese's. That's crazy.
The way I read it, it was whatever you wanted.
Reese's a hell of a
was
company for
exchanging.
that.
Now, come on, us no marketing.
Yeah,
it
it's
probably
Reese's.
was Reese's. But look,
Yeah.
fuck it. If you could, our machine, I don't know what Reese's do fully, but if our machine, nigga, you could stick any of that bullshit candy you used to get, what would you have to exchange your shit for?
Good and plenty.
Well, what was the candy you definitely was getting out of there?
Them little guys is in a purple and white and pink box. Them fucking good and plenties. Good and plenty gotta get the fuck up out of here. It tastes
It
like
was
a
extra trash.
box full of black jelly beans is all they taste like. Get all of them out of there. I don't care what color they was.
All licorice gots to go. Smartest, get the fuck out of here. I'm out. I'm talking about goodbye
Get
forever.
the fuck out of here.
definitely licorice. You remember the ones that was just black and orange that was just twisted up?
Oh, the saltwater taffy candy.
Yeah.
Black and orange. Ooh, them
Get
bitches.
that out
I
of
like
there.
them. I like them.
Man,
though.
I punt them
You a
hoes.
weirdo.
I like them. Them
If
old
you
peanut
like,
butter.
man,
or
I'll
something.
punt them
Don't
hoes
like
so
peanut
far
butter.
away.
Candy corn
Candy
Definitely
corn.
got
out of there.
I like candy corn though.
Twizzlers gotta go. I hate Twizzlers.
Twizzlers gotta go. And
gotta
this
go.
off topic, but the Valentine's Day that had the little thing on it, the little ones that
The
had
chalk
little sayings,
ass hearts.
the little
Get 'em out of there.
out of there too.
We talking about Halloween.
But we're talking about Halloween.
I don't even know what
But-
candy y'all talking about for goddamn
The ones that
Valentine's.
say "I love you" on it.
Oh,
Shit
them little
that.
hard
Be
ass-
mine. Yeah.
It used to be, and I want y'all to remember because I couldn't pull it up. It used to be like a red candy. It kind of looked like a red pineapple because it was red and green
that's
at the
Christmas,
top.
Christmas time. That's the pineapple.
Okay. That shit was trash.
You got that shit from your great grandmama.
Yes.
And them shits used to be stuck together like a mother.
Yes.
Y'all niggas ate a lot of good candy.
No,
That ain't no good.
Especially them Christmas candy. I like them little goddamn red candy. Yeah, I like them. That's just me.
That nigga like all the weird candy. But mine, you can get rid of Whoppers. Get them hoes.
Oh,
I fuck with Whoppers. What the? What? It's
You a
a chocolate.
psycho.
It's a chocolate ball.
I like.
Look,
You a
like
serial killer.
I am
and we
retarded.
just don't know.
This nigga like
Retarded.
Whoppers but won't eat ranch dressing. Man,
hey,
what kind of
listen,
nigga
bro.
is this?
all mayonnaise.
Is what
I'm with him on that.
Eat it.
But Whoppers are
Ranch,
trash.
blue
Whoppers
cheese,
good. I like Whoppers.
mayonnaise, get it out of there.
Them little things in the pack, the sixlets, whatever them things was.
What you
That
talking
little
about?
chocolate bar. I like them too.
They was
These
colored.
niggas don't like nothing,
Oh,
man.
no. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Trash.
get them the fuck
Trash.
out of
Y'all
here.
Trash. Trash.
You said the salt water.
That's exactly why
taffy
neither
things.
one of y'all won't eat nothing right now.
Raisinets. Raisinets.
Raisinets. Out of there.
Get them the fuck out of here.
Out of there.
You drunk?
Raisinets. You eat raisinets?
I eat them.
But yeah, if you eat raisinets.
We talk about Halloween candy. You remember like the
was the
little
Raisinets.
the little soft things that kind of look like a peanut.
They came in.
Oh yeah, the
them
orange.
pepper.
The orange.
Yeah.
Get them out of
Them
there.
was just gummy, goddamn. Number
and
Heath, you crazy now. Don't say Heath.
I can't go on Heath.
Heath, that
Now,
caramel
I
in the-
get why you say that, but I can't. I got it.
Come on, bro. Heath is
No.
trill. Heath was trill.
If one of you niggas say y'all like this shit, I'm gonna get so mad at y'all niggas.
Let me see.
But the number one candy you can throw that bitch in a bucket and forget about it forever, the Tootsie Roll. Man, you can't eat a Tootsie Roll, man.
I did,
I like
man.
the purple
I
ones that
stopped
Planet
liking
Fitness used to have.
No.
That's a fruity.
I
That's a
stopped-
fruity.
No,
I
not
stopped
the
liking
purple
them.
is fruity.
When they-
I'm talking about the black
Yes,
black and white
yes.
wrapper, brown and white wrapper.
I ate them, cuz. They not the worst. They licorice?
Well,
Any black
I
candy?
can't really get mad at you because you still the same man that ate the strawberry Swiss.
But you the same man.
I understand.
You done had it, goddamn. You
Yeah,
can't got
but
one
that
from the
man-
I
room.
had it,
Oh.
but you had strawberry Swiss roll, so we get it.
Them hoes true.
we get it.
Them hoes so true.
When it
goddamn.
come to candy and food and shit, we understand how.
Almond Joy as well.
Y'all
We gotta
niggas-
talk
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
Miles and almond
Yeah,
Joy.
Almond
Miles
Joy.
and
That
almond
coconut
Oh, them
shit.
some bitches
That
so
coconut
far
shit
away.
out of here.
So you can tell how we feel about Halloween, man. Hey, look, fuck it, man. Let's just stay in the Halloween vibe. Costumes. I seen some crazy shit this week. But what was the worst costume you ever had? Or did you have it? Did y'all dress up? What's up? Talk
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Let's not be scared, nigga. Let's tell it. Fuck
Yeah, I dressed up and it wasn't, I ain't had no say so.
You got some bad recent goddamn dress up photos.
That nigga dressed up as a boarding school student.
Goddamn Mardi Gras
That
face.
was last weekend.
Fabo, you dressed up as Fabo too, but without trying.
Damn, bro.
You dressed up as a D1 quarterback a lot of Saturdays, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
And you came and watched.
I was disappointed.
I threw a couple
Glad
times.
it was free.
Damn, bro.
I got my money's worth. But man, my mama was creative but didn't have the funds. Shout out to her for being creative. I was a domino one year.
Explain.
Just a box wrapped like spray painted in black with the little number.
Creative.
And then that was probably my worst one. And then after that, I became to be Superman.
That
and
nigga
stuff
dressed
like
up
that.
last Christmas on Halloween, remember?
Them guns. That nigga had two guns.
That nigga was
didn't
a bunny rabbit with a gun.
Oh,
Nigga had a Colt 45. Nigga had a Colt 45.
Y'all don't think that picture coming back this year?
Yeah, it's coming back.
No. I'm talking about. I'm gonna do it again.
For us,
I don't care about
for
you
us,
doing
it never
again.
left.
It never left.
Oh, yeah.
It was back like it never left.
The Christmas Story is one of my favorite movies.
Okay, I got it.
We could take
My worst shit was the all-in-one pajamas. It was blue, baby blue.
you
all
wore
in
that for a
one.
Halloween costume?
I was like, sick, but let me finish.
New Orleans.
With the feet in them, with the white feet in them, the little slippery feet.
Ones with the feet.
With some
That
bunny
shit
ears,
called
nigga. I was a
nighttime.
bunny. I was a bunny. That's some bunny material. I was a bunny, nigga.
How
I was
old
a
you
rabbit.
was?
I was like 6 or 5. I was a bunny, goddamn, with all-in-one pajamas on.
She called going to bed. And
Baby
he
blue.
said this was Halloween.
I did after I ate candy. goddamn. Some bunny ears.
Where you at, Todd? What you at?
I honestly don't remember, bro. Like I don't ever remember dressing up in a costume.
Because
I'm with you.
but you also had a kid at 7. So
That nigga did have a kid.
So,
Fuck
yeah.
it. I done missed my Halloween.
Nigga had played,
Right.
nigga had played an adult for Halloween. I'm gonna be my daddy. I'm gonna be my daddy for Halloween.
Y'all niggas
Grown
so dumb.
ass man.
I should have never gave y'all no topic like this. Because I knew where this should have go. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of niggas had a lot of different variations. I'm with you, Todd. I never really had that fucked up costume because I don't even know if I had a costume.
Right.
I remember one time I dressed up. I was like, shit, I always went as myself. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to me, goddamn, for never having no costume, I guess.
Had a nigga in pajamas.
With the feet in
With the
them.
feet in
That's
them,
not-
goddamn. No slippers, no shoes, no nothing. Just
But
the
did it
feet.
have the little rugged?
Yeah, it had the little rugged part,
Okay,
but I'm
yeah. So the
outside
whole
with
one
it,
don't tie
though.
up.
I'm outside, though.
Right.
Cement and rocks and shit.
Mhm.
Diving in, man. Diving into news, man. We saw, stepping away from, Halloween and stepping away from, having a little fun and excitement. We saw that authorities, they're investigating the death of a Ferguson protester. Yeah, Ferguson, Missouri, where Michael Brown was shot and killed. We saw that a protester's son was allegedly to have committed suicide. His mom said that she thinks that it was foul play. She came home and found her son hanging from a tree in her backyard. And when she found him, she instantly felt that it was something foul play. We've seen Ferguson. We've seen a lot of different activists that have come up, hurt, harmed, have died down in Ferguson. But her son was found hanging from a tree with his pants down to his knees. Did y'all get a chance to see this story, man? And if so, what do y'all think about what y'all saw in reference to this story, man? We see all the things that's going on in our country. We see all of the different black and white issues that we see going in this country. His mom is a prominent figure fighting for black justice, fighting for black equal rights, just wanting us to be able to be looked at as just human beings. And she comes home and finds her son hanging from a tree. Did y'all get a chance to see this story? And if so, what do y'all think about how this story went?
Well, being, just serious for a moment, it's no matter what happened, like, it has to be hard for that mother. Like, terrible. Like, can't even know what she's going through. From the reports that's out, I'd like to see more, to see what's actually it's the reports, because it's so many other reports out there, so I don't want to speak on just one report or not the other, but just what the mother's going for is just crazy. But it's too much of a coincidence with everything that went on with Ferguson to think that this was just a coincidence. But it's just so many stories out there. So until further things come out, I really don't have.
Right.
And sorry, just to lay more context, the St. Louis County police spokesman, because it happened in St. Louis, Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri. The spokesman, Sean McGuire, said Wednesday that Jones' body was found in a wooded area behind the home. The police report listed it as a suicide. And as the nature of the investigation, they're investigating it as a suicide. The mother came home and posted it to social media to say, look what they have done to my baby. We can make reference to how, you feel about it, how you seen it. But the mother is basically saying that she doesn't believe it as a suicide. So I just wanted to add that to it because that was more detail as to what the mother was saying in reference to her son.
Right, and I was going to add that also, that they were reporting it as a suicide, but of course no mom's going to believe that her son killed himself, whereas he never showed any signs of depression or any sadness. He was actually having good results in his life in the real estate business, things like that, so he was progressing in that manner. Plus, as well as being in Ferguson recently, we see a lot of activists, 3 or 4 of them who have recently died. And specifically,
suspicious deaths.
Right, DeAndre Johnson was found in his car with 2 gunshot wounds to the head the night of the Ferguson verdict in 2014.
Yep.
2 years later, Darren Seals was found dead with 2 gunshot wounds to the head in his car too. In both instances, the cars were set on fire.
Right.
And as well as looking at this guy's pictures, he's hanging in a wooded area with his pants pulled down. Why would he pull his pants down and hang himself?
To commit suicide.
To commit suicide. Whereas back in the days, we see or we know that, I'm a history major, in slavery times, they would hang you and pull your pants down just to basically make fun of you.
Yep. To humiliate you. To add more humiliation to something they're already humiliating you about. Everybody's sitting there standing around watching your death.
Right. And I don't want us to become one of those outlets to, you know, jump out there and put the wrong story out before we have all of the facts to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I want to have all of the details before we speak on it. How, regardless of the fact, someone lost their lives.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And in the nature in which they did so, you know, it's heinous, regardless of if he done it to himself or if someone else has done it for him. It's a shame that the climate that we're in as a country is causing us to look at it from a standpoint that even if he did commit suicide, we're going straight race.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree.
Yeah. So much racial tension right now.
Agree.
Right. So I just, you know, my heart goes out to his mom. You know, I just hope that, you know, she's able to pick herself up and put her life back together with her son, you know, losing his life,
right,
regardless of what the situation.
And I mean, we do live in a world today where we look at the climate of like Todd just spoke on. You know, we look at the climate and it's like so much stuff makes us point to black and white. And we spoke on facts and we spoke on, like, you know, we haven't heard all the stories. And nowadays it's so crazy because I think sometimes it's strategic. I probably said that shit wrong.
Strategic.
Strategic.
Well, we know what you're saying, yeah.
You know what I mean? Strategic. That they want us to question facts.
Right.
You know, they want us to have blurred lines between what is real and what is not. They want you to question everything that you see, because if you question everything you see, that when you finally do see the truth, you won't believe the truth. And when you see something that's fake, you might think it as real. So we live in a world where we don't know what's real, what's fake, and we start going into a point where we don't have opinions on stuff because we don't know the difference.
Right.
And that's the thing that I think is very scary in the times that we're entering in now, is because now it's kind of hard to have opinions because we've seen time in and time out where we rush to have an opinion on something, and then 2-3 weeks later something comes out, they be like, oh man, that
always something new.
Nothing like how we thought it looked.
Right.
And then
jumping the gun.
Right. And it's so many different instances. Not even speaking on this, just speaking in general.
And I'm glad you say that, because I do want to clear up things. I know we know all of that and say all of that, but I don't know all of the facts of the case. I'm just saying what I speculate. And not speculate, but you know, the history of that city.
And Stock, I'm glad you say in general, because I want to take it to a different point where I'm like, in this age that we're in, I'm weary when everybody posts the same picture. Like, because it needs to be a different aspect from it. So when celebrities post the same picture that other celebrities post, it makes me question, like, why there's not a different aspect. So I would like for celebrities to, you know, because you have the resources to be able to get a different side of the story that's already been posted. Don't just repost. Give us something new. Give us another fact. Because, like, when I see the same post and only one post everywhere, it makes me start judging it.
But what if that's the only post they have, though?
Yeah, but it's a different side. Yeah. Like, you could talk to, let's just say in this case, but I'm not talking about this case. You can maybe talk to the mom. You could talk to somebody else. Maybe the mom's not ready to talk, of course. But you could talk to someone else and bring a different aspect to be like, look, this is coming from 2 different views, 3 different views, 4 different views than just one picture.
And I'm glad that you said that, because that go back to my point. of the times that we live in.
Right.
I think that shit that we're doing now, not just us.
It's
I know how we
crazy.
talk.
It's weird.
It's perfect for whoever gets to tell the story. Like whoever gets to be puppeteer. Whoever gets to say, like, you know, the narrative of the real reality of what's going on. I got all of these people out here thinking this and that. Like, I remember at one point when we were younger, like, the news used to be completely, like, they used to just tell facts. They used to just tell the news and let you decide where you want to fall in. But now we got news. News is like the Bloods and Crips now. News is like arch enemies. Like, I'm gonna tell my side, I'm gonna tell this side. We got Democrats, we got Republicans, and we're getting in a place where
it's only
we
one
don't
fact.
know what's what. And then I think that only hurts us commoners.
Right.
I don't care if you're white or black. I don't care if you're middle class or poor. It's only helping the people at the top who are benefiting from us being confused. Meanwhile, us at the bottom, whether it's Democrat or Republican, poor or middle class, we are all sitting here fighting against each other, you know what I'm saying, finding black and white issues, and meanwhile, all of us are kind of getting played.
Right,
We're never getting anything that's for our best interest.
And that's why I posed that question of what if there is one side or only one side, because I don't feel like you have to hear it from all sides if it's really only one side. I don't need you to give me a different view or a different aspect to this when it's only one aspect. It's only one fact, in my opinion.
Well, I was saying more the fact, like not a different side, but just a different view to prove the same thing. Like why is it, we've all seen those collective group of pictures that we're talking about with him being hung on the left-hand corner. It has to be something else. It has to be something different. That's all I'm saying. Because that could be manufactured. Not saying in this case, because I don't want to sound insensitive.
Who posted those pictures, though?
From the report, his mom posted on Facebook and Facebook took it down. From the report that I read, that we don't even know if that's true. But that's the only picture that's out there.
And see, that's the thing.
Now
it's
we
the
don't
source.
know. We don't even know what we're looking at.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even watch the news, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't watch the news simply because it's so much bad stuff that's on the news. It's not any truth being put out there. All that's being put out there is, it's a race. Who can get the story out first, regardless of if it's
wrong
true or
right.
wrong?
Yes.
That's true.
So
that's very true, Tuck.
If the story's not true, then they have to come back and fix it.
And
all because
nowadays they don't even care about coming back and fixing
right,
it.
right.
No.
Because
hell no, because we got somebody in charge who's
we
always
live in a
wrong and
place
never
where
fixes it.
people don't care about facts
They
as
just
much.
want to be the first person to break the news.
And it just goes back, and we can keep saying it over and over because we don't necessarily know what's facts, what's fiction now. And I just think it's kind of scary that we live in a time where we don't necessarily know what's facts, or even people using logical times. But I think at the end of the day, it only hurts the people that battle. Like, I think personally, there's no difference from people who are in the hood than people who are in rural Kansas or rural Oklahoma. We all want the same thing. We just want jobs.
Right.
We want to be able to provide for our kids. We want to be able to provide for our family. And they have us fighting against each other on fundamental things that should be the same.
Right.
You want to work, I want to work too, bro.
Right.
They have you thinking that I'm a thug and I'm a gangster and all this stuff and I'm shooting at people because I just want a job.
Right.
You just want a job. That's why you angry and mad too. We fighting the same battle.
Right.
And once we are able to figure that shit out and come together and figure that out, but they've been very great at making that be a division, just like, civil rights time. It was the reason why they created, and I don't want to go, I didn't want to get this deep into it, but it was a reason why they say, like, hey, this is the black water fountain. It was the white water fountain. It was poor white people, you know what I'm saying? That was mad at black people. But it was like, hey, if I give you this better water fountain, you know what I'm saying, you won't realize that you're the same as these people.
Right.
Poor. And I think that's the battle that they keep fighting against us, and they keep hedging against us. I could be wrong. I may not know. People may disagree with me, and that's fine. But that's just how I feel. We all fighting battles that the majority of this country should probably be on the same front, united against the things that are dividing us.
I don't think you're wrong by far. I think you touched on something that was very great, because they let Martin Luther King talk about, black people united and all this black stuff. They they cared about it, but when he was in Memphis to unite poor people.
Economics.
Yes, economics. When they realized that, oh, no, he's finna tell these poor white folks that you're the same as these niggas that you think you're better than, that's when it was time, oh, he has to go. Because he's going to tell these poor white folks, no, you don't need to fall for that neither. And that's what they was all setting everything up for. So, no, that's very powerful.
Y'all think that message is getting out now, though, to those white people? That
No,
not getting out. I think it's getting out. But do you think it's getting out? But also, do you think they're listening to it?
This is Trump.
But hey, let's be clear though. Again, I might get hammered for what I'm about to say, but I don't think it's getting out on either side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that we see sometimes that like, hey, we're all we're all fighting the same struggle. We just want to work, man. We want to have jobs and provide for our family. And all of us are being mad, but we're all mad at something different. And so as long as we're mad at something different, as long as we're fighting against what we think is the enemy, we won't see what the real enemy is. We won't see what the real situation is, and we won't unite. Because if we all realize what it is and we unite together and say like, you know what? You're no different than me. You just want to work, man. You know what? You love your kid. I love my kid.
I love my kid,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, you want your family to have food. I want my family to have food. If we realize that, it's too much power. You can't stop that as an entity. So you have to divide that entity. So, I mean, that's the shit that, we'll have to figure out. We saw that, and I hate the mood. That was good. That was great. But we saw just keeping more stuff divided. We saw that in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. A gunman went in. He gunned down 11 people at a Pittsburgh synagogue. The gunman pled not guilty Thursday to federal charges that could basically land him on death row. Robert Bowers, 46, was arraigned one day after a grand jury issued a 44-count indictment. They charged him with murder, of hate crimes, obstruction, the practice of religion, and other crimes basically in that. I don't know if y'all had a chance to see that, but we saw that he went in and gunned down people at a synagogue going to worship. I don't know, man. Go ahead.
I don't have much to say on this. Just that shit crazy, man. How you can hate people so much to where you just walk in the building and just start shooting people who's not trying to harm you or anyone else. They're in there worshiping, praising, and you go in there and shoot them. Like, death penalty. I don't.
Hey man, it shouldn't even be no trial. Like, straight. Bye. Let's go.
And more than anything, he got arrested.
He got shot.
He got arrested.
He got shot though. He killed 4 police, so I ain't gonna sit here and say that happened because he's white. Because he got shot, but yeah, he did get arrested.
But right,
No. I see what Todd is saying.
I'm not
he
saying
was able to get arrested alive.
I get that.
I'm not even putting color in that.
Mm-hmm.
What he did was wrong morally. And that has nothing to do with color.
Yeah.
Like black, white, orange, green. He killed people.
So you saying that he should? I ain't gonna ask that. Go ahead.
No. I think what he's saying is sometimes we're detained. Well, attempted to be detained. Well, not detained, and we're killed. We're trying to be detained as black people.
That's what I'm saying. He's not saying color though, so that's why I can't say that.
Because at the
well, that's what I'm taking from that. Because Dylan Roof.
You confusing me, man.
Well, no. Maybe he's trying to say something different, but what I'm trying to say is, why do all these white mass murderers keep getting detained and we're being killed?
That's why I was saying you can't do that for the simple fact that he shot police. So I'm pretty sure if he shot police, if they just wanted to kill you just to, you know what I'm saying, white, black, blue, green, no matter what, you shot a police officer. They're going to kill you no matter what color you are, I think. And that's why I said, like, you can't say color.
Give us an example of a black person killing 4 police and being detained.
In New Orleans, a guy just shot 2. I was reading it today. A guy just shot 2 police in New Orleans and he got arrested.
Right.
Okay.
And again, see what I'm saying? Goes back to the previous subject.
Right.
We're sitting here debating who should go, who shouldn't. Mm-hmm. Guys, we only know what we know.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It might have been a black person somewhere in New Mexico, for all we know, who shot some people and he got detained.
Mhm.
We don't know what we don't know.
Right.
I know that sounds crazy, but like we don't necessarily know everything. My whole thing is if you did it, you
It's
should.
a consequence.
Yeah, it should be consequences. my whole thing that I said previous is if black, white, green, like Todd said, if you did it, go to jail. I'm tired. Like we're in 2018 and we're still making everything race. I'm not trying to say get rid of race. I'm not trying to say that racism doesn't exist. I'm not trying to say that the other side is not portraying it as race. I'm just simply saying, hey, if you're on the other side, I relate. We have a lot in common and you don't even realize it.
Right. Race shouldn't exist.
That's all I'm saying.
Like
you can hate
real.
me as much as you want, but bro, we very similar.
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. At some point, it's gonna have to be sensible people to try to start talking like that. Like, bro, hey, you hate me, but
we're all human.
We're the same.
you just
all
like
poor.
me.
We're
bro.
the
just the
same.
same.
You
For
need
real.
you ain't got no job, just like I ain't got no
Right.
job. You need some money, just like I need some money. So you can hate me as much as you want, but as soon as you, like you said, he's in jail, he's detained. You separated from your family.
Right.
You finna go right into a system for doing some shit that they set you up to do. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't know.
Crazy. And that's the crazy thing about it. They set you up to do it.
Hey, and you going to jail
No doubt about it.
regardless.
And the police,
You're not coming out, whether they give him whatever.
and the
he's not
police are
coming
not
out.
gonna
Even if
hate
he
you.
get in there on
You
an
shot for
insanity
you
plea.
killed 4 of them. He killed 4 police. Now to think about it. So
He gone.
in there they gonna fuck him up too. So
That's a misconception about insanity. Like, you don't go home.
Right.
Stay,
You don't.
yeah.
You gonna be in there.
he
but,
probably, I don't think he wanted to go home or had plans
Nah,
to
he
go
probably
home.
he probably knew. Like most of them,
He probably thought he was gonna die.
Just died there.
But that,
yeah,
that just show you, like, it's some people who aren't
That shit
same
crazy.
mind, man, out here, man.
it's nobody. Like, I mean, I don't have too much hate in my heart, but I can't imagine hating somebody enough to
to mess
put
me
my
up.
way. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna hate you more than I love myself.
Right.
But that's again, we see this shit all the time. Man, we go back. Come on, let's lighten it up. But we go back to like Ace Ventura. You know what I'm saying? Ace is out. goddamn. She hated that nigga so much.
Finkel. you had that Ray Finkel helmet.
I ain't holding Finkel. She hated that nigga so much that she just, they would do anything to make sure that they suffered.
Right.
I mean, but the sad part about it, I joked, but the sad part is like that's reality. It's some people out there who really feel like that. They don't have anybody to tell them like, hey man, I relate to you, man. Like, hey man, you can come hang out with us, man. Like you ain't got to do what you about to do. We can hang out and we can. I bet you if you talk to me, you'll realize like, damn, we the
More alike than you know.
We're
Right.
similar.
Right.
you have a neighbor that's,
I think I talker boy.
but looking at him, you would
wouldn't
think,
think it. Yeah,
you
yeah.
would think he's
Yeah,
a certain
yeah.
type of
Same
way.
thing, and I'm glad he said that because you're right.
Talking to him like, man, you're a cool guy.
Yeah,
I could drink a beer. We had a maybe 12-minute conversation, and that's a long conversation, just about beer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
My boy know his
Boy
beers.
Destin.
My boy talk about everything.
That man had us all in the house.
Yeah, he was so
always
cool.
like
He didn't know us.
Well,
He didn't know us
again,
from nobody.
It's
goddamn.
never
we just need to break down that initial stereotype
never-
on both sides.
right, and it's never like that. It's never like that when you actually talk to people. Remember, I lived in Wisconsin.
Just gotta
You know
talk.
what I'm saying? I never knew when I lived in Wisconsin, I never knew that Wisconsin was one of the most systematically racist places in the country. I never would have known it living there. I live in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? I would have never known that Madison, Wisconsin was one of the systematically most racist places in the country. It was on a list. I never would have known that living there. It's a systematic thing. But when I was there, like, it was open arms. Like, hey, come over.
Right.
Want to hang out? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talking to people one-on-one, it's great. It's just when it gets into a systematic situation or it gets into a bigger scale,
When people have to feel like they have to choose
you
sides.
have to choose. But
Yeah.
just remember, that's your neighbor. Like what
Yeah.
you just said. That's your neighbor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the same as you. I talk to my neighbors every day. We sit out there, we talk, we have 30-minute conversation. We don't have different conversations. We talk about what happened at school.
I don't talk to none of my goddamn neighbors.
I talk to mine. We talk
talk to
about
mine, too.
taking the trash out. We talk about the light pole. Hey, we want lights because it's dark and it's not safe. We
Right.
talk about the same shit. Shit, man. It be the same thing, man. It don't be nothing no different.
Yeah.
But again, if people don't, like my man said, if people don't open their arms or open their mouth to to have conversations with these people, the narrative of whoever the bigger powers that be won't prevail. So, in entertainment news, man, we saw that
By time, y'all sad asses.
Yeah, that was a pretty dark segment.
man, hey, we had to report the news. We saw that Off-White tops Gucci as well as Balenciaga as the hottest brand on the planet. Basically, after 6 years and several high-profile collaborations with brands such as like Jimmy Choo, IKEA, Moncler, Converse, Barney's in New York, we saw that Off-White has been crowned the hottest brand on the planet. Thanks to a quarter pack with like globally hyped launches and collaborations, the brand Off-White, Virgil, you know, for people who don't know, Virgil, you saw him a lot or you heard of him a lot under Kanye West. They say, you know, could have been responsible for a lot of what Kanye West did. But we saw that Virgil's brand, Off-White, is now the hottest brand. And when we say the hottest brand of Off-White, that's topping Gucci, Balenciaga. Those are big-ass brands. Have y'all had a chance to read this story? And if so, dive into it. Tell me what y'all niggas think about these particular, about this particular brand.
I did get to see it, and shouts out to Virgil. When I first saw Off-White, I just thought it was some all-white. I want to say for a minute there, a lot of it was all-white. But it's weird to see some black shoes called Off-White. But shouts out to Virgil, man. That's pretty dope, man. Good to see a brother prospering and succeeding and becoming bigger than those bigger companies. And you're working with all of those companies. So if y'all gonna spend your money on all these things, spend it on the brother.
Right.
I fully agree with what you're saying, and Virgil definitely was behind Kanye with Nike, and a lot to do with Kanye with Adidas. Mm-hmm. But that was that bar. You know, Drake said, "I never have a Virgil in my circle, and don't big him up."
Right, because Kanye kind of kept him in the back burner. He ain't big him up.
One thing I didn't like about Virgil, I don't know if I ever said it before, but like he actually recently took a job with Gucci.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Right.
But what's wrong with that though?
Because
I think it was more like a collab though. I don't think it was.
She collab with everybody.
We're just showing like, nigga, know your worth. Like I hate when girls say that.
I think sometimes you got to do that in order to be bigger.
To understand.
Yeah.
Because if
we're showing, this is just showing that, hey, build your shit to be Gucci.
But you don't think he learned something from Gucci?
Right. And he still has Off-White. It ain't like he sold Off-White to Gucci.
Yeah.
Like you and that's the problem sometimes with business entities or people who want to grow and be in business. They never take those internships. They never understand and learn what it is that these people are doing. You're trying to compete with these people or be bigger than these people, and you don't ever understand what it is that these people are doing to get the brand. Nigga, Gucci ain't a new brand.
In order to be better than Gucci, you have to
Balenciaga is
learn.
not a new brand.
Louis.
Right, Louis. Those aren't new brands. These brands have been around for years and years and years. Versace, all those places. Take that opportunity to learn from those heads, but then you understand that you have a way in which you want to, you know, push your imprint out on people, but you've learned from them. You saw the business dealings. You saw the way that they kind of operate on day to day, and you're gonna take the good, but put it in the way that you do it, and then you're gonna make your shit bigger.
Right.
And now Off-White is the biggest thing going right now as far as sales wise. So shouts out to him. He did it right.
I feel like you have to, like you got to learn Gucci. You got to learn Louis V. You got to learn all of these companies, Nike, in order to be better than them.
Right.
How else do you get better than them without knowing what they do?
Agreed.
That's cool. And if he's taking it from that point, then cool. But Gucci saw you as a threat. And that's the only reason why they talking to you. What's my man that was Dapper Dan?
That happens a lot.
I don't think
Dapper Dan, like they sued Dapper Dan. They killed Dapper Dan, but now they rocking with Dapper Dan.
Exactly.
But see,
because they're declining.
But Off-White is not. Off-White
is on the.
He went and worked with Gucci, like you said, but
on
now
the way up.
His brand
is bigger.
Is the number one.
He's making
brand.
Gucci better.
He's making himself better. I don't care if I'm making Gucci, Louis, Nike, Reebok, but I don't think it's Off-White.
Right, but
Off-White is all of that shit.
No, but I'm saying he's making his competitor
That's
better.
Off-White Gucci, that's Off-White Louis, that's Off-White Nike.
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't Louis collaborate with Gucci then?
Ask them.
That's on them.
And honestly, they don't have to.
Why don't Balenciaga collaborate with Gucci or Louis?
That's
They,
on them.
don't have
they
to.
collaborate with people and things.
Yeah, smaller people. Yeah. No, don't go over there. Create your own shit.
I'm sure one of them.
And you've done that, and it's successful.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but we saw that my man Will Smith has been all over. We saw the Red Table Conversations. We'll get into that a little later as we dive into it, maybe in the later weeks. But we saw my man Will Smith and Martin Lawrence was together, and they said that it's going to be a Bad Boys 3 coming out. We saw Bad Boys 1, we saw Bad Boys 2. Y'all ready for Bad Boys 3? Do y'all care about it? Do y'all want that? What's up? Where we at?
I want it. I like both of them.
Yeah.
I was just, as you were introducing, I was trying to sit here and see which one was best, but I'm going to go with the Haitians. Two, because them Haitian niggas got letting cars fly off the back of trucks and shit.
Yeah.
The devil does not live here.
And that bitch was 2 hours long.
Yeah, that bitch was
so
too long.
So long.
But if you start watching, you got to finish.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You going to finish.
And I mean, 2 from 1. I mean, technology was a little.
Yeah, it was. It's
you
just
could do
the
a
view
little
of
bit
it.
more. I get it.
But
1 was pretty good.
But 3 though, them niggas are old, B. They gonna have to have some young guys that they training up or something. Cause I don't think they can do the same shit they were doing in 1 and 2, B.
I'm here for it.
Hey, man.
I'm here for it now.
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to watch.
Hey, man, I'm here for it, but how long we been here for another Friday?
That shit ain't even work. So
I don't want another Friday.
How long we been here for another ATL?
I will say the difference between Friday and Bad Boys is Bad Boys have kept the same
Consistency.
nucleus.
Right.
Yeah.
Friday, they went from
Day
Chris Tucker
but
to
added
Cat.
Mike Epps to Cat Williams. Like, what are you doing? They had to figure it out. Whereas Bad Boys, Will Smith,
Martin Lawrence.
and everything else can
Fall
come
in place.
together. Yeah.
Right.
So
Nigga, kids gonna be in college. And shit.
Right. So that shit, I think that shit gonna be dope. I do.
Shouts out to Will and Martin Lawrence. Put the movie out, man. They just talking about it, so it probably ain't gonna come out to the
2020,
new election.
2021.
For the new election, it'll be out.
exactly. We saw shit, man. Entertainment, music, news. We saw that my man Kanye West.
Kanye.
We've talked about Kanye, a lot of weeks in a row. But Kanye said that he's been used. And Kanye said that he's going to take a break from politics, that he's not going to deal with anything that is not creative.
Good. Get away.
He basically said that, he looked at what it was that Trump was doing and basically concluded that he was being used to facilitate a narrative. And so Kanye said that, hey, man, I'm done messing with politics. I'm just going to stick in my lane of creativity. What do y'all think about what it was Kanye said? Do y'all have a difference of opinion with Kanye? Does it make you think different or relate different to what it is Kanye say? Where y'all at with that?
Never can relate to Kanye because Kanye, you still a black man in America, and whatever you've been through or what, I still don't give you a pass. You should have common sense. And you saw what you were trying to do, they ain't worked to the way that you thought it was, and now you want to move the needle. No. Bye.
Yeah, Kanye out of there, man. You confused me again at first. You was like, I could never relate to Kanye. He's a black man. Nigga crazy.
Oh, no.
Nigga crazy.
I could never relate to what you're saying
Yeah,
because
he's a black
as
man.
you being a black man, something should never change.
Gotcha. Right.
And I'm glad you said that so I could clear it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like, thank you for finally going away. I'm sorry that you decided to do it too late, of course. But yeah, man, go focus on your shoes. Go focus on your music, man. You're not
Your trash music.
You're not the better politician. So stay away from it. Being used, I think we all knew that from the very first time he got elected and you went over there with Jim Brown.
Right.
We knew you were being used.
He was the only one that didn't know it.
Exactly. So I'm glad you finally realized it, but
I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck Kanye. I don't give a fuck about your political views. I'm never gonna
never have,
I'm
never
never
will.
gonna look to Kanye West to give me my political opinion. I don't give a fuck about your shoes either because I'm not putting them hoes on. Speaking of the little shoes, they said that his shoes are still selling well. I guess people are still buying them shits.
They're not.
No, yeah. And
They're not.
And I put in the group chat that these shoes were still available like at Adidas.
That never happened. That never happens to a Kanye shoe to come out on his debut and a day or 2 or 3 later to still be available.
Imagine a Christmas Jordan being available
on the next day.
The next day.
Not
like the next hour.
Not happening.
They was available, like on the actual website, retail price.
Mm-hmm. Regular price, not for $5,000.
Adidas tried to save face and say they just put more out, but no matter how much
you niggas need to put better goddamn fucking clips in there because the shit say Kanye West's views on politics did not affect his Yeezy.
Guess what?
Sales.
Guess what? That's what happens when Hootie doesn't control a docket.
Oh, okay. Well, that's where it came from because it says that shit biggest day right there.
I know. I
don't give a fuck because I ain't never bought no Yeezys. Never am I gonna stick my foot in no Yeezys. I ain't like them hoes till they look like I ain't like them since they look like the Nikes like with the Victor Cruisers. Yeah, them hoes were live. But after that, them hoes look like some. I don't know what y'all niggas be buying.
Like the ones now are terrible. The older ones, I will say some of them were okay, but the ones now I have no. I saw some shit today, man. Felines is getting them like they got Prada. Remember what the Feline Pradas came out?
Oh yeah,
they got some Feline Yeezys.
I'm just convinced.
The ones
I'm
now,
just convinced that niggas just buy shit that they say is exclusive. Because I be seeing some in the designer shit.
Them be super trash.
I be seeing y'all niggas what
weirdos.
I could be old. I get it. I can accept the old man.
It be old niggas wearing them though.
I can trash.
They say they comfortable, but
you nigga be wearing anything.
Them hoes look too hard to be comfortable. Them hoes look so hard.
They put in anything. I seen a nigga in a goddamn 1984 orthopedic shoe.
Grandma got them.
No,
Grandma Jean got them.
There's a put off white on them. Niggas about a fuck. There you go.
For real, them niggas rocking feelers.
Like I don't want to buy Jordans anymore. So because
I haven't.
But
I buy certain Jordans.
Like ones. I think I'm on.
Like originals and stuff.
Patent leather Jordans. Black or white, white and black.
What's the last Jordans y'all bought?
Them ones.
It's been a minute since I bought.
It's been a minute.
I can't even tell you.
I've been buying number running shoes. Goddamn.
It'll probably be the Christmas time.
Oh my!
I thought them Concords.
Concords.
When I got married,
years ago.
When I got married, I bought 2 pair of those nines, those black and white nines for me and Courtney. That was the last time I bought
some years, and I got a closet full of them.
But I was saying that to say that, like, I want some cool shoes, and I'm looking at designer shoes, but like,
I'm not.
All that shit be whack.
I'm at the point I'm not buying. Man, I already spent $200 on Adidas. Anything more than that is stupid.
Yeah. But they just be whack.
Yeah.
I agree, Hootie. Whole
straight comfortable. Goddamn, fuck it. $200 is my limit. I ain't gonna buy them ugly ass boots for $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Would y'all buy y'all lady them shoes?
What boots?
What shoes?
Any shoe that's $800, $900, $1,000 at this point right now.
No. $800, $1,000? Hell no.
Nah.
Some red bottoms. Let's say red.
No, hell no.
No.
It ain't no shoe in America that I'm buying for $800, $900. I don't give a fuck. If them bitches don't pay the bills,
exactly.
If you got a Fashion Nova contract, then
if them bitches don't cook dinner,
they better come from Fashion Nova. If you got a Fashion Nova,
if Fashion Nova paying you thousands and you just having to have these heels on,
any shoe that I spent $800, $900 for, it got to help my life.
Them bitches better walk.
That bitch got to work out for me. It got to go to work for me. It got to do something for me to spend $800, $900 on.
Do you think if you had it, you know, it's like say like a nigga like you in the league or something, you know what I'm saying?
That's different.
Yeah,
I can afford it then.
Would you buy it then?
Yeah, of course.
I think it's the same.
But for me, it's still I still wouldn't.
But even then,
because it's still that shit pointless.
Even then, I think my mindset kind of has changed.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a big like, let me go get this, let me go get that. I don't give a fuck no more, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't even be caring about clothes the way I used to.
Me neither.
Nigga,
That's just me.
I have a champion.
Nigga, I went looking for some jeans. I need jeans. I went looking for some jeans today at the
You ain't gonna
outlet.
spend that?
Them hoes was $50. I was like, I'm not buying them.
You tripping.
Jeans. It was number $50. God, I was like, I'm not buying
Old
them
Navy,
$50
them
jeans.
bitch look the
old
same
man
as a guy.
Yeah, got their boot cuts. I don't want no boot cuts. I don't want no boot
That nigga got a
cuts.
closet full of old Navy boot cuts.
Them hoes wide as fuck.
I don't know, man. Nigga, you spend I remember spending $180, $200 on some jeans, bro.
I want $30.
Yeah,
That's all I
bro,
want to
some
spend right now.
jeans.
Goddamn.
And
You remember paying for the Jabot? I mean you're paying for the Jordans and then getting a pair of Jabos that go to Jordans.
Yeah, but
How much the Jabos wasn't that high though. They were like
Jabos
$60,
$50.
Yeah, see, they weren't that high.
No.
Yeah, they wasn't that high.
In college days?
Yeah.
Them bitches was $60 $70.
Yeah, because
That
I
was at
spent
least 85.
no. I spent my whole clothing check
they put that
$400-$500.
fee on him.
8 pair they got you.
They got
$400-$500 on number Jabos. Every color you can get. $50.
I remember the jeans being about 80.
I don't know what you got.
Them straps.
You must have got the express one.
Yeah, that was about 80 for the jeans.
No,
Back in 2003, 4, yeah. That was about 80.
they got you. You needed a Riches Connect or something. Riches got.
I remember Riches was in
Riches.
Central
Heard
Plaza.
that
Central
name
Plaza.
is so long.
Riches.
Riches was dope.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't spending that kind of money on that shit. So yeah. Moving on into music news. We saw a lot of albums drop today. Did y'all have a chance to get to listen to any of the music that dropped? And if y'all did, shit, what y'all fucking with? I know we like to listen to it, dive into it a little deeper. Friday's the new drop date. What music y'all fucking with? What all dropped? Shit, where we at?
Too goddamn many to mention. Dropped today. Metro Boomin. Not all heroes wear capes. I want to know the meaning behind that for him. Takeoff, The Last Rocket. Roddy Rich. Stock actually sent me Roddy Rich today, goddamn. I gave him a shot. It's something I feel like I could listen to. I was in the gym. It's crazy. I had a client today. I ain't gonna talk about that. But I was in the gym, goddamn. I listened to Roddy Rich. It's straight. I gotta give it a better listen though. Action Bronson, White Bronco. I didn't check that out. Todd might be able to tell us about that. Swiss Beats Poison. Dope so far from what I heard. Vince Staples. I need to give Vince Staples a shot. I know I was talking about all day that I think that Vince Staples is trash, but I didn't fully realize who Vince Staples was. I knew who he was. I knew the name, but I was thinking about the other guy who dissed Triple X. What's
Vic Mensa.
That's who I was thinking. So,
Oh, okay,
so that's why I was giving that kind of response. So I do want to check out Vince Staples because that nigga crazy. And I fuck with that energy. Moneybag Yo. So far today, Moneybag Yo is the best shit that came out today. And I fuck with Moneybag. And K Camp. I haven't heard from K Camp in years. So
Tell you what I'm not gonna do.
K Camp, I feel you. Not going to either. Or what? And her, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Her.
Yeah.
And
I'll give you a deep dive on.
and Anita Baker, right, Todd?
No, I don't know about that, but
Gladys Knight.
that
The Pips too.
I'm gonna tell
Diana
you
Ross.
who you can say what you want to, but I'm telling you, man, her shit jamming. Her shit is
Her.
live. And,
So you did check it out?
yeah,
Gotcha.
I did. Yeah, I listened to that before I listened to any other people.
How many songs on there?
Like 8 or 9,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
If it's 7, you know, what I'm saying? It may be 7. I like all of them. Like I'm telling you right now, man. Like if it's wasn't for the Beehive, and y'all don't jump on me when I say this,
They gonna
shit,
get your
I'm
ass.
telling you, man. She is coming. If y'all, I know Beyonce is Beyonce, but that chick is she dope.
Ain't no such thing as the Beehive, and it is the Beehive. Be into our comments right now to let us know that y'all alive.
Hey, you can say what you want to. You heard my disclaimer.
The Beehive is
I'm
real.
telling you.
I don't know what
Yeah,
you
right.
talking about.
That shit is super real.
Beehive.
Don't be in my comments.
I'm in the Beehive.
It's Jonathan. It's Joe. Mofo, I think that's your Instagram.
God
feed.
damn.
Yeah,
Mofo
I'll give it to you,
Joe.
but-
We do a whole
Holla at him
podcast
about it.
together.
Nigga don't follow you, cuz.
Oh, my man, I just don't know.
Don't follow you, my G.
But yeah, man, Moneybag, I listened to it. I honestly got to say Takeoff to me, I like that more.
You like
I
Takeoff?
Moneybag.
I like
do.
Takeoff. I hate it.
do.
I actually hate it.
I
Takeoff.
did.
Forget like. I hate it. Takeoff.
Oh,
Explain
we
that
can't
look.
wait to get
Explain
the
that look.
YouTube video up.
Explain that look, cuz. I need to know.
I
wanna
honestly
know.
like the Takeoff. I did. And I told you. I was going to listen to it.
He did say he said he was
It's
I
new
said I was going to
information.
listen to it.
It's weird that he likes it. It's
I
Forget about
I
listening
like the
to it, bro.
Takeoff. Sue me. I don't, you know what I'm saying?
okay. Gotcha.
Not gonna listen to Takeoff. I barely gonna listen to the Migos. Not gonna listen to Takeoff, Offset, other nigga.
Damn.
Um,
They don't deserve a shot.
Nah.
Okay.
Because the other, like, this the third one, right?
See, man, let me get this out there, dog.
Offset.
Why in the fuck, if I say I don't want to listen to it, it's an issue. But this nigga just said he ain't listening to none of that.
Hold on. The issue.
I listened to it, bro.
The issue is coming. The issue's coming.
I'm just saying, like, why y'all niggas kill me when I say I ain't gonna listen to that shit? Because I tell you, I'm going to listen to it.
I think it's a little different, but I like to hear their point of view. But I'm just saying, I think that goes along with the same energy I've been keeping. Like, I'm not gonna listen to them niggas separately. And their other two solo albums hasn't been good. And I gave Moneybagg Yo a shot. It was cool. I liked it. More of the same. Like, that's not a bad thing, but he's just consistent.
What do you think about J. Cole's verse on there?
It was okay. It wasn't nothing special. And it just, it was more of the same. He's just been consistent. I did give my man Vince Staples a chance. His EP is only 22 minutes long and it has like 3 interludes.
How is his music?
It's very West Coast.
I love his interviews, but I don't know how his music is.
This is one of the times that his music met his interviews.
Okay.
So it's very West Coast. What's up, blood?
I'm not a West Coast.
Well, but it's like it was like a homage to the 90s West Coast. So I thought it was cool for what it was. He had a dope visual for, like, I think it's Just Have Fun. A dope little visual. But besides that, I didn't have a chance. I listened to a couple of the Swiss beats, about 2 or 3. But besides that, I didn't have a chance to dive into anything else, and I don't know if there's anything else out there that I would just dive into.
Yeah, I was able to listen to Metro Boomin.
Metro.
I listened to 2 or 3 songs off of what I sent you?
Roddy Ricch.
And I listened to Take Off.
Trash.
The Last Rocket.
Throw it in the fucking galaxy.
And I listened to Moneybagg Yo. We'll go a little deeper next week. I like Moneybagg so far. Of course, I figure I would. It is very consistent with what he has been doing, so I'm not gonna say it was like uber special or nothing, but I fuck with Moneybagg Yo. Take Off. Sorry, very disappointed. The Roddy Ricch so far has been the one that has been like, wow, okay. So far in listening to that 2 or 3 songs, well, no, actually I got about 4 or 5 songs in. It's been more like, okay, all right. I don't know I didn't know who he was prior to, but I'm intrigued.
Who is he? Where you from?
Was he on the Apple Music new thing today?
I don't know. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he's from. We'll dive into it next week. I have all that. We saw my man Dope Bar Ra. We talk about him all the time. He dropped something.
You know it.
Yeah, you know it. We gonna see where he went with it. I hadn't got into that one just yet. But it's just a lot of new music, man. And shouts out to artists. Like, it's like this particular weekend, we know the new day to drop music is on Fridays. Mm-hmm. This particular Friday drop is a lot of different new music. So shouts out to her.
November is the month of champions, man.
Yeah, her dropped her 2nd installment of her project. So Tar can go a little bit deeper in
I'm
that.
telling you right now, this shit's live. Like, I already checked it out.
I mean,
say him at like 7.
And I'm definitely, like, we're joking, but I'm definitely going to give her a chance maybe sometime next week or...
I will with my girl.
And I mean, again...
Oh, yeah, when Courtney cleaning up.
I'm going to go back and listen to... I'm going to go back... Purposely, I'm going to go back and listen to both installments. But I've heard that the first installment wasn't that great.
I heard it was pretty goddamn good. Like, they love it. Like, them girls and females and the music.
I heard it from a female. I heard a female say that the first installment wasn't as good.
That's my first time ever hearing it.
I don't know if I've ever heard anything negative about it.
I haven't.
Right.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
So I've given her a chance, and it was cool, but yeah, it was cool.
I like her songs from a distance. I'm not just going to turn it on.
We ain't gonna like it from a distance. This week, our homework for everybody here on the Dummies is we're gonna listen to her first and second installment, and we're gonna come back next week and we're gonna give a deep dive into it.
I ain't never did homework in my life, especially in college.
Here you go, nigga. This is homework, nigga.
Can we put Vince Staples on homework too? It's only 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get it.
that could be the trade-off. That could be the trade-off.
That'll be a
That's
trade-off. Vince Staples and her. I listen to Vince Staples because I like Vince Staples as an interviewer. Like when I'm listening to his interviews, I'm like, damn, this nigga is
funny,
cool.
yeah.
But I've never listened to his music.
Yeah.
So I will listen to Vince Staples and we'll listen to her. That'll be part of the this week's trade-off.
Shuffle your feet, nigga, when you listen to Vince.
We saw, moving on from music, we saw that Twitter may be removing their like button. The new Twitter CEO, co-founder Jack Dorsey, suggested removing the like button. He said that it can contribute to what he's saying is a more practical, effective conversation along the lines. I know that we look at the like button. People get to like your picture. They double tap, they like it to basically say that they're interested or not interested, whatever. People may say that, they just want you to see them by liking it, But we saw that Twitter said that they may remove that like button. Staying there on social media. I don't give a fuck if it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, where you can flip up and see where people have viewed it. Do you guys think that the like button is necessarily needed? If it's not needed, what do y'all think about Twitter's idea of removing the like button? Do y'all have a particular point in regards to them removing it or not? Where y'all at with it?
Y'all know we've joked about this. I cares nothing about a like. I'm gonna put up what I think is dope, but like I've always been a cool person, and I'm not afraid to say it. So I've always been liked and stuff like that. But some people need that validation of, like you agree with me, and that's where I think that Twitter is making a business fault with that, but a great decision. Because sometimes people say stuff for that reaction.
So it's a great decision to get rid of the like button?
Well, and I'm glad that he said that, because Dorsey's main concern with it seems to be that the like button feature is encouraging people with accounts to gain followers for attention, whether wrong or right, whether it's good attention or bad intention. They're basically saying that the like button is encouraging for people to strive for that. So y'all dive back where y'all was, but I just want to throw that in there.
And it's just encouraging people to say the most outlandish stuff that, like, if you actually have to see that person, it's gonna be a problem.
But what if it's just a cute picture of you and your wife?
Oh no, it's nothing wrong with that. But I think with the likes, a lot of times the bad outweighs the good.
I think it goes both ways, because I see both sides. I can see why you want to get rid of the likes, because there are people out here doing stupid shit. They would jump off a building, get on a helicopter. I saw some shit, a Canadian rap. I want to say it was Canadian, but he was a rapper. He was on a plane. He was on the wing of a plane to shoot a video, and he fell off and died. Like stuff like that. Yes, that's crazy, but I don't mean to transition that way with the but if I put a picture up there of me and my kid, me and my wife, me and my whoever, I do want there to be likes. And when they are liked, I do go hit that button. We all go hit that heart to see who likes it. So I do think it goes both ways. Do I need it? No. But, some people, that's how they live their life, off of things that's like we live this podcast. Like, people have to like it in order to listen to it. You got to like it. Yeah. So,
But I don't think that's why we started the podcast.
No, I don't.
I think we started the podcast simply because we enjoy doing what exactly what we're doing right now. We enjoyed it.
Exactly.
Whether it's likes or not likes.
And we just want to see that, hey, maybe other people like it. Who knows? Right. We like it.
But I do say having the feature of liking on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, I do think that sometimes for certain people that it does reinforce negative
stereotype.
Yeah, stereotypes. It's a negative connotation with it because people will look at that as like, ooh, if I do this, I get more likes. Because if you see it as a like button, you notice. I mean, naturally, as humans, we notice that. Oh, if I show more skin, I'll get more likes. Mm-hmm. Or if I do more, shooting guns or something, I get more likes. So that may start making people, start saying that the more outlandish stuff that I do, the more likes that I get. So, I mean, if you remove that like button, do people still do it for the same reasons? Not us particularly, but just people in general. If they remove that like button and there are no likes, do people still post and do the same thing? And that's what I want to see happen, if they remove it.
And I think it will. I honestly think it will. Because two things that I've always said about social media. One being, it gives people a voice to be heard who doesn't need to be heard. Like, I'm being serious. Like the Boom Gang guy.
Yeah.
Everything that he does, you can't say it's for. I don't know what it's for. Like it's not even entertaining.
A little. If they don't know who he is, give him
Boom Gang. He's
like the
social
kind of
media.
Stuff that he does.
What you say, I call them socialites. I'm not even gonna go as far as calling these people celebrities because this guy, he would do crazy stuff like find someone who's selling a dog, hold a dog, and then take off running and actually steal the dog. Like all that crazy stuff. Come on, man. This man could have shot at you and killed you, and you doing this for Instagram.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But again, they staging that stuff. Again, doing it for likes.
Okay, I'll give you another one. The guy who used to say, F this dude or fuck this dude. Yeah. I just want to fuck his wife.
Tyrone.
That one's, I'm Tyrone. Like
I'm Tyrone. I just can't hit.
It's been videos that I seen niggas finna up their pistols. Finna hit.
I haven't seen Tyrone in a minute either.
Yeah, of course, because people has caught on to it. So you got to find another gimmick.
But I think that shit staged.
Yeah.
I think that shit has been for likes, and I think that they've come to you and say, "Look, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what we about to do. Do you want to participate? No. Then I'm gonna move on to the next person who may want to participate."
So without the like button, do y'all think this still continues?
Yeah. Because it's a popularity. The second that's my second thing.
No.
It's more than just like. I think it's
a popularity.
I think it's more than just like because I can't like your picture, but I can come and comment on it and say that was dope. It's the same as a like. I think.
Well,
I think it continues.
It's two different things. Twitter is mostly just thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're liking the way they're thinking. Like I can like a big booty girl picture on Instagram and care nothing about what she thinks because she might be an idiot or she might be dope. Who knows? Mm-hmm. So that's different between liking somebody's thoughts on Twitter and liking somebody's picture on Instagram. Like I just told y'all, I like everybody's Halloween picture.
So this article was specific for...
This article was specific about Twitter, but I think it needs to be an overall, because I think...
It's different aspects.
It might even been... I don't want to give him credit for it, but I want to say some Kanye or somebody was like, you should take all of it away and just post what you think is dope.
I remember that.
Because if y'all remember, like when you was able to post Facebook photos, it wasn't a like. It wasn't, it wasn't even a comment at first. You just posted it. It was out there.
Right.
So you thought you put out what was dope and you didn't even look for you just want to say, hey, I want everybody to see this. Mm-hmm. And I don't care what they think about it.
Dope. And I appreciate those ways more.
Yeah.
If we can go back to that, cool, fine and dandy. It may be better. I don't know. We'll see.
But I still want to see Delicious walking away, though. No, I'm sorry.
but look, we saw the 72 hours in America. 3 hate-filled crimes. 3 hate-filled suspects. Wednesday, a white male with a history of violence. He had a shot and killed at 2 African Americans seemingly at random at a Kentucky Kroger store. had a failed attempt to bear. He actually attempted to barge into a black church. Didn't get it. Went to a Kroger, shot 2 black African Americans, a couple. A mail bomber. We saw that the mail bomber went around sending mail out to different individuals. The suspect was arrested Friday, who railed against Democrats and minorities. We saw that Saturday morning, a man shouted out anti-Semitic slurs. He had an opinion. He fired at Pittsburgh synagogue. We talked about the Pittsburgh synagogue already. It's a terrible thing what we see is going on in this country. We see a lot of rhetoric. We see a lot of hate-filled speeches. We see a lot of things that go on in this country that is based upon race, based upon religion, based upon how you feel and think about certain things. All of these different stories that we say have a lot of things in common. And I hate to make it about race and I hate to make it race related, but we saw that the people who were on the other side of these heinous crimes were all white men. I'm not gonna, I don't want to necessarily make it about race, but I can't knock the fact that it was about white men committing these particular crimes. Have y'all had a chance to look at some of these different crimes? And if so, dive in it. Tell me what you think about it. What's your positioning on these crimes?
White people are dangerous. Be careful of them, and they need to be locked up.
That nigga crazy.
That broad, huh?
Yep.
I say white people.
White people.
It is.
If you see a white person walking up to you,
He's dangerous.
lock your door. Yes. Treat them as they're dangerous.
Hold your pockets.
Hold your pockets.
I'm gonna
lock
start
your
doing
door.
that. I'm gonna start doing that to see the reaction.
Hey, yeah.
Ladies, grab your purse. They're dangerous.
What? But you know, it's good. It's funny that you say that because we see like black people try to go to their residences. Like, do you
Can't
live
even
here?
go home.
What happens? Let's start. Like, what happens?
Let's
if we
start
doing
questioning
that?
these white folks.
Hey, do you live
Why
here?
are you here?
I saw you yesterday, but do you live here?
Do you live?
Can you afford to be here?
You look like the lady next. You don't look like
right.
the lady.
You
who
don't
lived here
look like
yesterday.
you. Nah.
I mean, but
Because sometimes when you do that shit, it shows the ridiculousness of what it is that they're doing.
it's always them.
Yeah,
Like it's all like I have yet to see a black person question any other
I agree.
ethnicity of anything of that matter. Do you live here? Are you supposed to be here? Where you going? What's your name? Like we don't give a fuck.
Because, man, but it goes back to like we have real life things to deal with.
I ain't got to worry about if you live here or not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get in my damn house.
Exactly.
Whatever you're doing out there, if you ain't bothering my house, I don't care what you're doing.
I've been working for 16 hours. Let me go to sleep. Get
Yes.
and that's the thing about it. Because
It's enough danger in our everyday life. Like, white folks just be needing danger.
And if we move them, we going to jail.
Yep. So yeah, we saw that. So
We ain't mean to go on a white rant, but we did.
it kind of
Y'all dangerous. Sorry.
I mean,
I'm scared.
yeah, but we fight back in a lot of instances. We saw that Pharrell, the legendary producer, shouts out to Pharrell. He basically said that he sent a cease and desist letter for Trump for playing the song Happiness. So happy. I don't know the words. Y'all might know it.
You know the word.
No, I don't speak. But at a rally, right after the synagogue shooting right there in Pittsburgh.
At a rally. After the synagogue.
He
He's
basically
happy.
sent a cease and desist letter, basically telling Trump to stop playing it, not allowing it, and making sure that he voiced his opinion that Trump could not play that at his rally. Did y'all have a chance to see that? And if so, what y'all think about that?
You know, I saw it, but as you were saying that, I want to bring, like, you can't convict acting president of a crime, so it's not a criminal.
It's nothing criminal he can do if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he
a cease
gonna
and
get out.
desist order doesn't
You can
have
stop
nothing to do
him.
with a crime.
Right.
It just means that you don't
have to
have
stop.
the
I can
ability.
sue you.
Right.
You're using my intellectual property, and you don't have the right.
Can you
to do it.
sue the president of the United States?
sure,
They use
Yeah,
it.
yeah. If you continue to use, like, if he uses it again after my lawyer has sent you, like, nigga, hey, you've used my stuff. Basically, when I send you that letter, it's basically saying you're using my intellectual property. I don't appreciate it. I don't agree with it. I didn't give you
Okay.
permission to send it. And if you use it again, then yeah, you can get skin sued off.
Okay.
And I realize it's crazy the people who can sue sometimes, but do what you have to do. I was outside before we started recording. I was reading about the caravan, and they said that the people of the caravan are actually suing the United States and the president for violating amendment rights. That's crazy. I didn't know they had those rights. But that I said that to say that yes, you can sue if a person who doesn't live here isn't a resident can sue. I'm sure somebody who lives here can. And how many cease and desist can you get? God damn, this nigga can't play any more songs.
Every week.
Every week is a cease and desist on the song.
And we just saw today that HBO came out and is like, don't use our shit.
Game of Thrones one.
But saying sanctions are coming.
Exactly. They haven't ceased and desisted yet, but if he does it again, they gonna cease and desist.
Yeah, so whatever.
Like
Trump,
nobody's fucking with you.
Trump, just be creative, man. Come up with your own shit, man. Because at this point, they ain't.
Even when he went,
He mad.
did y'all see when he went to Pittsburgh? Nobody wanted to speak with him.
Yeah, like the mayors, the representatives, the
He just went
churches.
there, had to have a rally. Like nobody wanted to talk to you.
Right.
And why you still having rallies, bro?
Because that's all
they
he's
come.
ever had.
They come.
But I'm saying that, but nobody's ever had rallies after you've been elected.
Yeah.
Why are you having those?
He's in
That's his only
re-election mode, so
Weirdo.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
whatever. Keep doing his shit, man. Keep doing your thing or whatever the fuck you doing. People catching up to your shit.
Yeah, man.
We saw the moving on to sports news, man. We saw the Cleveland Cavaliers. They fired their coach Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue had an 0-6 start and was finally let go. Tyronn Lue was there during the LeBron James era.
the LeBron.
LeBurn.
Fuck is LeBron?
Our homeboy.
He was shooting a video.
Fuck all y'all niggas. Man, he was there during the LeBron James era, nigga. Fuck y'all. And he got off to an 0-6 start and he was fired. I don't even want to get into all of that. I don't want to get into colorism. I just want to simply know 0-6 start. Was he worthy of being fired after 0-6 start?
Well,
2 years removed from a championship, was it?
well,
Cleveland won. What?
Did you-
no, from a championship, no. But I'll get into colorism, but shortly, because for the simple fact that they fired David Blatt, a white whatever he is guy, quick and early in the season as well. So I guess they feel as if you're not good, they'll fire you. But I do think that Tyronn Lue deserves a little bit more. Man, he's dealing with a lot less simply because he no longer has LeBron James. Without LeBron James, man, you're a totally different team. So I don't know how to take it. Me personally, I wouldn't have fired him. Not 6 games in.
As a coach, man, you don't want to get fired. You don't want to lose your job, especially when you lose your star player.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, man, we're 6 games in.
Right.
You're 6 games in. Like, you can accomplish nothing in 6 games if you're playing an 82-game season.
Quick question.
6.
Any of y'all really ever thought that he was a good coach?
I
No.
did. I honestly did.
I never thought he really acted as coach. I don't think anybody on a LeBron's team is a coach. That's why they got Black out
I
of
do
there.
like Mike Brown. I like Mike Brown.
They got him out of there. They fired him twice, didn't they?
And David Blatt, before he got there, he won championships where he was. That's why they brought him there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a different style of game. Yes, it's European ball, but David Blatt
Right.
did win games, and Mike Brown did win some games. Of course, he had Golden State when Steve Kerr was out, but without LeBron James, he still won some games. So, but unfortunately, Tyronn Lue didn't. So hopefully he gets another shot. Will it be this year, next year? We don't know, but I think he will get another shot. I don't know if it's going to be assistant or a head coach, but
He'll definitely
Good luck to my boy.
land on his feet. And that's
of
no
course.
doubt.
Yeah.
Again, I think he's a great coach. If you look at his record, regardless if he had LeBron James or not, he still has to manage those players.
Question: who do you think is a bad coach? I got a reason why I asked that.
Mike D'Antoni.
Why?
He does not preach the fundamentals of the game.
Gotcha.
He
Okay. I
does
asked
Well,
that
I
for a
got
simple reason.
reasons now.
I asked it for a simple reason because you're a coach, and I just want to know if you thought
Right.
any other coach.
Mike D'Antoni, the game that Mike D'Antoni pushes,
It's not basketball.
It's not basketball.
Shoot that
I mean,
bitch and
shoot
shoot
the
that
three. Don't play no defense. That's no fundamentals in that shit at all. So
Gotcha.
Mike D'Antoni is the league's worst coach to me.
I got you.
Okay.
Who do you
argument
think is
for
a
me.
bad coach? You got another one?
No.
Okay.
Except D'Antoni. Well,
Except for maybe Kentucky.
Why? Calipari?
Yeah.
I like his style of play. He actually coaches. Like, he's out there screaming and moving and practicing.
I
and
will say
he preaches defense. He preaches
Does
intensity.
he preach defense?
Yes, he does.
he has. He can draw up something real quick. So he's a great coach. He's not Rick Pitino great, but he's a great coach. I'll give him.
What's up with these slick head niggas, man? These slick head niggas good basketball.
Shit, Bob Huggins. If you want to go there,
Bob got that slick head too, goddamn.
that boy the truth.
with the
For real.
That's why he said it.
These slick head niggas good.
We saw that. Man, we talked about it last week. We talked about Eric Reed and we talked about Malcolm Jenkins. Any clarity to be offered? We saw that Eric Reed actually, and I didn't have a chance last week to dive into what it was that Eric Reed said, but Eric Reed, for those who didn't see the actual post interview after his game, Eric Reed talked a lot about why he felt so strongly about what it was that Malcolm Jenkins did. It had a lot to do with what the NFL was saying. Eric Reed said that the NFL said that they needed a poster boy, particularly a black African American,
For that movement.
to stand in front and basically say that, hey, everything is fine. And Eric Reed wasn't feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
He felt that Malcolm Jenkins, we talked about this last week, that Malcolm Jenkins kind of gave in once he got the money that the NFL needed. The NFL kind of needed it to go away. And Malcolm Jenkins kind of conceded to the NFL, basically getting the money, getting the things that he needed for his particular causes, and left them hanging. After they had talked about what it was that they wanted, after talking about like, hey, this is what it is that we need as a community, as a whole, and they weren't nowhere near close what it was. And that's what caused Eric Reed to go off and kind of charge Malcolm Jenkins. Again, I still don't agree with the way that Eric Reed went about it, but after listening to his post-conference
Get why he did it.
interview, I get a lot more why he felt so strongly the way he felt about it. Did y'all have a chance to look at the interview? And if so, do you feel any different about what happened today than you felt when we talked about it a week ago?
I feel somewhat the same, I'll say. Overall, I feel the same. I do, like I said last week, I feel like there's a time and a place for everything. So, yes, I feel like he should have did it, but I do feel like he should have chose a different place or time to do it. You don't do it at that time. But I fully understand more so now why he did it, man. You don't... Basically, Malcolm Jenkins asked this man, how much money will it take you to stop kneeling and shut up about this Kaepernick shit? And so I actually respect him more that he did it at that time now that I know the full story. You know what I'm saying? So still pick your time and places to do the right thing, but he did the right thing ultimately. He's standing up for his brother, standing up for himself. He's standing up for all of us, for the black race. You know what I'm saying? He's standing up for don't be this Uncle Tom that's just gonna take money and be quiet when these white men tell you to.
Right.
You know
And that's exactly what it is.
I respect it, but it is what it is.
Right.
I don't think my view has changed. And then
You remember what you said last week?
I don't think Jenkins is being an Uncle Tom
Okay.
at all.
They asked him how much money will it take for get this man quiet, bro.
But how do you know that that's not just like a rhetorical question?
Whoop.
Because he took that money, but he's still very active. He still is trying to hold these white people accountable. He's wrote a book. I forget the title of it, but it was a very demonstrative view, like how not to be a threatening black man or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like his interviews, like he's still pushing the issue.
Okay, so
Just
what if
because your
Profit
way
from making that book, man.
So what if somebody comes to you and be like, "Hey, we want the Dummies to succeed, but man, I need you to give him a stock to stop being this guy that he's being. I need to know how much it's going to cost."
and I'm gonna ask you what guy? You talking about the guy that stands up for black people?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's what he's doing, man.
No, because look, you
I'm still
just
donate.
said,
I'm
look,
still donate to your cause, but I need you to get Mustaki to be quiet.
Look, you just said for all of you to play Little League football that afforded you all these other opportunities, you didn't have to pay for anything. Somebody paid for that. What if that $90 million that the NFL gave to them is going to Little League niggas playing football that can put them in a different situation?
That's the same thing you just told me. I'm gonna say fuck you to them about. That's the same thing. You just told me fuck them.
But Malcolm Jenkins said, hey, NFL, this shit is wrong, but I'll take your $90 million. If you tell me to tell Mustaki to shut the fuck up about what he's saying, no, I'm not with that. But Malcolm Jenkins hasn't shut up. He still is pressing the issue.
No.
So, Reed, what are you doing?
Well, he's telling, okay. So they told Malcolm Jenkins, hey, we're going to donate this money to you and your organization.
Yes.
But you have to get these guys to stop kneeling.
He hasn't told anyone to stop kneeling. He said, I'm not going to kneel.
No. He told, that's why Reed is mad. He went to Reed and, man, hey, man, they need to stop kneeling. How much money is it going to take?
Yep, he asked him. That was
how much money is it going to take, nigga?
That's why it's on here, because he asked him how much money will it take for you to stop kneeling.
Okay, so Reed is still kneeling, and he still got the $90 million.
No, he doesn't. Reed does not have the $90 million.
No, Jenkins has the $90 million.
He
That's
does.
what I'm saying.
Okay, so you gonna sell out Mustaki for $90 million?
Hey, if they're gonna give me $90 million, no.
Got you.
Hang on.
I got you.
Hang on.
Got you.
If they're gonna give me $90 million and I just have to have a conversation with Mustaki and he still can be who he is, you fucking right. I'm taking the $90 million because Jenkins and Reed.
That's not what we set out from day one. Right. That's not what we set out to get.
But that's what's happening. Everybody's being able to do what they want to do.
I get what you're saying, but I think what Eric Reed is mad about is because collectively, me, you, Kaepernick, all these different people, we set out with an agenda that would best benefit all of us, and you turned around.
Nigga, we talking about 90 billion, nigga. Yeah. It's all black people, nigga. You talking about 90 billion.
And you turned around and you agreed to terms after we all said in a meeting, like, that's not good enough for what we trying to do. And you took it. You took the bait.
So in that instance, you're being a Tom.
Hey, okay, so Reed has been a Tom by taking a job before Kaepernick.
How? He's still standing up for the same thing he stood up before he took that job, nigga. You gotta
keep that same stance. You kneel with him then, kneel with him now.
He is.
He's
still kneeling.
Kaepernick don't have a job.
He's
that
still
ain't got
kneeling.
nothing to do with Eric Reed. But Reed hadn't changed the way he felt.
Right. That man still pro-black with the dreads, talking shit about these white people.
Still pro-black.
Talking about these white people to the media, taking them. Nah, Jenkins ain't pro-black. Jenkins over here standing up, not kneeling, taking money, selling out his brothers. Nigga, they ain't
you brought up the fact that he got a book.
I don't think he's selling out.
I can't.
You can make money
again,
off
like
that
I
book.
said the other day, I don't want to.
Well,
one against
technically,
the
it
other.
was 4 of them who quit because Jenkins was selling them out.
I don't want to put one against the other, but I will say that I understand now. I didn't have as much perspective last week on Eric Reed as I do now, and I get it. I get a little bit more about why he's mad and upset about what it is that he's mad about. So, whatever. We I know that we didn't necessarily have this on topic, but we saw that with the Florida governor race between my man Andrew Gillum and Ron DeSantis is heating up. So if you're in Florida, please go out and vote. I'm not going to tell you which way to vote, but Gillum.
Vote black.
Gillum
black is
more
back,
so
baby.
for what you're looking for. We saw that too in Georgia. Between what is it? Who is it? Stacey Abrams and my man Brian. Not my man. Brian Kemp.
Not my man.
Yeah. They have a heated race.
Also,
so if you're in Georgia and Florida, we definitely, we've been saying for weeks to get out and vote, understand what these people are talking about. We
Texas
saw that
too.
Oprah came out and voted.
Oprah came out. Other celebrities came out. The Breakfast Club did a show in Florida today, I think.
And it's not even about all of these different celebrities coming out. You have to understand what it is that you're voting about. This shit matters. We talk about it. We have been talking about it on this podcast here for weeks. Make sure you get out and go vote. And make sure you understand what you're voting for, and vote these people in office who are trying to inflict change in your community and have effect on your community, because this shit matters, man, and it's heating up. I think the election day is what, November? We said 6th.
Yeah.
So
always after my birthday.
Yeah, we're on the 2nd today. So it's not very many more days to go out and make a change. By the time we get to you next week, like we said, we'll be back like we never left.
The decision already
The
been
decision
made.
will be made.
I'm
You know what I'm
telling
saying?
you,
So
Just have a voice.
Right, Texas too. We got a few people in Texas.
Yeah.
So Texas out here, Beto and
O'Reilly.
Lion Ted is in a little battle down there
Yeah.
too. But it looked like Ted winning. Shit,
Right.
yeah, it do. But my man got some good concepts, and he's gonna
still be around.
We'll see how that goes.
Look, man, if your ass don't go out and vote, man, I'm telling you, you have no right to complain or say nothing about nothing.
Right.
Go vote, bro.
Yeah. And
It's your right.
you know, diving into sports news, we saw my man Klay Thompson. He had the most 3-point field goals in a game in NBA history. He basically hit 14 3-pointers. He basically eclipsed that in the third quarter. Being that Klay Thompson had more 3-pointers in a game than any other person, do you guys consider Klay Thompson the best 3-point shooter ever to play the game? If so, why and why not?
no, nigga, I'm going with Mo Finley, UAB. I'm just bullshit. But best, it's close, man. I'm not gonna say him. I'm gonna say Steph, for the simple fact that Steph is on that goddamn list in less than half of the games that the niggas who at the very beginning of the list.
Right.
So I got to go with Steph strictly based off numbers.
Right. I got to go Steph too, simply because he broke Steph's record for most threes in the game. So right now,
What did you just say?
Klay broke Steph's record.
So who you going with?
Steph.
Oh, you went with the nigga who record got broke.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Steph. Yeah.
So
That nigga crazy.
I would go with Mo Finley too, because I remember Mo Finley in the summertime. Like, you know what I'm saying? We'd be on the same team. He'd be like, nigga, shoot. Because he respected my jump shot.
Mo told you to shoot.
Mo Finley, he'll tell you this, told me to shoot because he respected my jump shot.
I'm sure you missed
going to 15, 14, 3.
Hey, they ain't call me Jerry West in the gym for nothing.
Because you play like a white boy.
But I wouldn't say that that Thompson is a better 3-point shooter. I say he's a better overall shooter.
I agree.
Because his mid-range is much better.
The mid-range crazy. Yeah.
So that's where I'm going with it.
I'm gonna say
the question was
I'm gonna say
threes. Steph.
Mid-range.
STEP.
Yeah, Steph don't shoot shit but threes. Goddamn, he don't give a fuck about the mid-range. We saw the list came out. The most 3-point field goals in NBA history. Number 1 is Ray Allen. Number 2 is Reggie Miller. Number 3 is Jason Terry. Number 4 is Kyle Culver. And number 5 is Stephen Curry. Now, the difference in these people is 1, 2, 3, and 4 have all played over 1,000 games in their career. Steph is number 5. And he's played 630 games. Number 4 is 1,107 games. To Steph Curry, 630, and he's barely 100 fucking goddamn 3-pointers away from these people who this is their whole career.
Right.
My man still got about 7 or 8 years left
Right.
in his career.
Shooting the long ball.
Shooting the long ball. And what we've learned about NBA players is they only get better with shooting with time. So shouts out to Klay. Klay can shoot the skin off that thing. But when it comes to the best shooter, man, I think we're looking at him. Steph Curry. That's my vote, and that's who I'm going with as far as the best shooter to play the game, man. We're watching him.
Shouts out that light skin.
And sometimes it's hard, man, when you watching the actual best
watching
person.
Greatness. Yeah,
when you watching the GOAT or the best person at
It
that
just
time.
bypasses you.
Yeah, it's hard to accept it for what it is. So
you're like, oh man, it ain't that hard.
Right.
Shit, you can't do it.
because they
I
make
can't do it.
because they make it look so good. So shouts out to Step with that one, man. We saw that my man Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose scored. We just want to give a quick shout out, man, to my man Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose hit 50 points, the one-time NBA MVP. Derrick Rose was looking like the man at one point before he had his knee injury. Derrick Rose scored 50 points the other night for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Did y'all have a chance to see my man Derrick Rose?
Yeah, and this topic goes to someone that you don't even have to know about sports. If you do, you already kind of know his story. Highly touted high school player from Chicago.
Told it? Who told it him?
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to have a serious ass situation, conversation.
Say the right
and you
word.
want to shut the fuck up.
Highly told it.
So,
Dumbass gonna get mad at me. Say the
Just so
wrong
you know,
fucking
you
word.
cannot mispronounce a word on this
Yeah,
show.
nah.
And not
So, NBA MVP player and had multiple injuries and ended up, after years later, got to the low point where he wasn't a starter for the Knicks. Like, if you know anything about sports, that shit was trash. But it just goes to any adversity that you have in life. Like, even though if it don't come to playing, hey, that shit can always work out in the end. My man scored 50, cried, boo-hoo. We can just show a clip of him right here. But I just wanted to shout out the niggas. That shit was dope as fuck to me.
I'm just gonna say shout out to the highly touted Derrick Rose.
Yeah. D Rose, big up.
Shouts out to D Rose. I thought it was good just to see him.
I can't wait for your ass to leave. I'm sick of your ass.
I ain't going nowhere.
I thought it was good just to see D Rose, back in his form. Scoring 50 points. Shouts out to D Rose. He definitely deserves that respect. It's not really a lot of good football games coming up this week. But the first college football playoff rankings came out. I don't know if y'all got a chance to see it, but do y'all think so far the committee got it right? Again, this is November the 2nd. This is a Friday. So we got a Saturday of football coming up. So we saw that the early polls. Now, again, we are ahead of the polls that will come out again this Sunday. But we saw that Alabama came out number 1, Clemson number 2, LSU number 3, Notre Dame number 4, Michigan number 5, as well as Georgia at number 6. Anybody got any problems? If so, address them. If not, we're going to just state what it was and we're going to move on because we know Sunday it'll be a whole new crop. Possibly because Alabama and LSU are going to line up this on tomorrow. And
Georgia, Kentucky.
Yep. So anybody got any problems with the first initial goal? I personally think that so far they got it right, but we'll see what's what.
I think they got it right, but I hate that they did for the simple fact that the number 3 team has never made the playoffs, and LSU's number 3, and we play Alabama tomorrow. But outside of that, I think they got it right. But I don't know who I'll put in there once Alabama and Clemson's in there. Anybody else really, to me, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I get it. Anybody?
Nah.
Oh yeah. This is
right.
the quietest I've ever seen you niggas.
I don't trust Notre Dame, but that's about it.
I trust them a little bit more because their quarterback is better right now.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Yeah, he's a rebel.
Never,
All right, well,
yeah, man.
hey, we'll see how that play out because again, this weekend we'll have
We got some good football tomorrow. So tomorrow we getting wasted, we eating, we
Right,
watching
for your
football all
birthday.
day.
For your birthday.
Yeah, you get to put on your little outfit and shit.
I might
It's your
put on my my bad Halloween outfit, all in one onesie, that baby blue.
quinceañera.
You know what I'm saying?
Sierra.
All of that.
Moving on, man. We saw that this is gonna be different, but we saw that the dummy of the week,
Dummy.
fucking
Dummy.
stupid ass dummies.
Dumbass.
Dumbass. We see that these same ass fucking dummies. I mean, I'm not even gonna click on the link because all of them were fucking dumb. We see that these people continuously keep dressing up in blackface.
How long has blackface been bad?
I don't know how long.
Since what?
Since
Slavery?
ever.
United
Yeah.
Since it ever
Change.
came out, man. If you don't know a history, my man Roland Martin, man, he went on to talk with
did
Fox
a
News.
dope? Yes.
He did
Yes.
He gave you guys a perfect illustration of why blackface is so bad, man. He was on there with Megan Kelly. And he basically said to you why blackface is bad. We don't give a fuck about you wanting to dress up as Michael Jackson. Be Michael Jackson. You can be Aretha Franklin. You can be Diana Ross.
Black kids are
You
Superman.
can be Michelle
Beyonce.
Obama.
Yeah.
You could be Beyonce. You could be any of those people. That is fine. Dress up in whatever the uniforms or the garbs or whatever that situation is. But the second that you put makeup on your face to dress up in blackface and you put black on your face to try to match that color, that's when you fuck up. We have saw that police officers,
Dummy.
school teachers,
Dumbass. Supposed to be a smart, but you're a
all of
dummy.
these different people have dressed up in blackface and all have faces consequences of dressing up in blackface. Stop doing the shit.
Have y'all ever seen Whiteface?
Don't do a hoodie on what you
I
get fired.
haven't. I'm not going to do it. That's
No,
the point.
no,
I haven't
no.
seen Whiteface.
No,
Who the
but,
fuck does white? Have you ever seen a kid in Superman in Whiteface or an adult who's a white person? I
No,
don't
because
fucking
if
know.
a black
Elvis.
kid wants to be Superman,
a black
he just puts on a red or blue fucking cape.
or a black person who's Elvis.
No, because if a black person want to be Elvis, they're gonna put on the bottom bell bottom pants and maybe try to do something with their hair.
Y'all hear that, white people? We've never put on a white face.
And even as black people, it's 1,000 shades of black people. But if we want to be somebody darker or blacker than us, we just put on the clothes that they wear.
That's all
We
you
don't
gotta do.
change our skin tone. Like,
I'm
what's
pretty
a
sure.
black nigga?
I'm pretty sure there's been black scar faces. Randall Woodfin, basically the picture they put of him in.
He was
in
a crash dummy. He wasn't yellow.
he got
Right.
He was
And
Scarface
that'd be
in the
biggest
picture,
thing.
but he was a white
Like,
face.
you can be a depiction of what it is that you're trying to be without actually dressing up in the makeup, man. And see, a thing about the blackface, and again, look at Roland Martin with an interview with Megan Kelly. He explains perfectly of blackface. Blackface was a lot to try to hinder or hide the
Make
our
fun
black
of.
skin and make
Yes.
fun of our black skin. And that's where a lot of people get in trouble with blackface. Just stop putting on, nigga. If you want to be that,
be more
it.
creative. If
Yeah,
you are
just-
creative enough, we'll know who the fuck
Just
you
be
are.
it. Wear the hair color.
If you want to be a Diana Ross, have a big fro. Have whatever clothes her and the Supremes wore.
Yep.
But yeah.
You're going to catch
Don't
flack
put
for
on
that,
that.
but don't
Yeah.
put on the face because you're going to get fired.
I don't think it's flack if you don't put on that black face.
They call it cultural appropriation all the time.
Man, you
but
can be who you want to be. Just don't do the black face. I don't care.
Don't
what
do the
you
black
wanna be.
face. That's what I'm saying.
Don't do the
for
white
that,
face
That's what I'm
either.
saying.
We didn't necessarily have a particular person, but for that, any of you motherfuckers who get caught putting on blackface, you are the dummy of the fucking week.
Dummy.
You had a particular person, white
Dummy.
people.
And y'all dumbasses getting fired for it. Dummy.
How many times y'all gonna get fired? If Megan Kelly can get fired, you can get
And y'all
fired.
ain't Megan Kelly. Stupid ass police officer.
What else? I mean, other than that, what else? Did we have anything else that we? What else? Did we miss something?
Y'all knew the Simpsons was getting rid of Pooh?
I wanted to talk about that. That's some
That
fucked
nigga-
up shit.
Ooh, I mean, yeah.
Even though I don't watch it like that, but we all know who a poo is.
Yeah, a Pooh from the
Why?
Simpsons. Because they're saying that the
because
Indians
the
are
Simpsons
getting mad.
is the longest running
they're
TV
treating-
show.
They're treating it like it's racist, but when you think about it,
It's
Pooh is
not.
succeeding.
He's
owns
a
the business.
business owner.
He's been, but
So they don't like the stereotype of a poo.
Yeah.
whereas all of them are that way. Every last person on that show.
I don't know. I mean, we in 2018, and sometimes
Rest in peace, Young Greatness too. Rest in peace, Young Greatness.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Young Greatness died this week. He had some good music, man. Again, died to a senseless violence act, man. Yeah, good shit. Who?
Hey
Young Greatness.
man, like Boosie say, sometimes you might have to get out your own city.
You could die anywhere, man.
You can, but damn, seems like a lot of hate come from your own city.
It does.
State, the whole state, man.
They know you.
It's the whole state.
Yeah.
That'd be the biggest thing, man. The people
They feel like, man,
you trying
damn, I was just like
even,
you one time.
Even just like, you know what we trying to do, you know what I mean? You trying to come up, man. Like sometimes, not all times, but sometimes the biggest hate come from people that know you. They feel like
That ain't good. Y'all
that-
suck. Shut
they
up.
can't- right. Like just when like people try to say like, hey man, listen to this podcast. Oh, them niggas ain't good.
Niggas just doing the podcast.
Yeah, they just talking. Like, I mean, whatever, man.
That's what a podcast is.
But it's
dummy.
crazy because as soon as like
They
a
can't do
celebrity do it, it's like,
It's the
oh, that's so live.
true.
It's amazing, and I don't
Yeah,
even relate to
man,
him.
like-
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we
Oh,
saw
yeah.
that. So RIP to Young Greatness. Other than that, man, we'll be back like we never left.
No. Before
What
you do
got?
that,
What you got?
we kick off Tuesday. You bitch you.
Who y'all
Then
play?
We
Who y'all-
play
y'all-
Thursday. You bitch you. We
What-
play Ramsey Thursday and
Alright.
the Marble is Tuesday.
Okay.
Also,
Rams are
1-1 is not a bad start.
Damn.
2-0.
1-1 is
Why
not a bad
he
start.
out? Noah
Both
Thompson.
of them in the gym too.
They
Both of them.
Oh
in the
man,
den?
so cold
In your gym?
nachos
in
twice.
the den?
no, we
Oh,
finna
yeah.
get some real hot nachos.
Shit, we gonna have to donate a crock
Sneak
pot.
your shit in. Sneak your shit in.
Yeah, that's all you got to
He
do.
did say last time that
Sneak
you
your
can
shit.
sneak
He don't even
yours.
care.
I just want you there. That's all.
I'm gonna be there. I'm an avid supporter.
Of Ramsey.
No, nigga, of y'all bad nachos.
You did
half of
say
that.
Rams was your new team.
That was
And I changed. Y'all remember when I changed?
That wasn't too long ago.
Okay, I just said,
So you
hey,
with me now? You know
I'm
what
gonna
I'm
stick
saying?
with my own, and I'm gonna eat these cold ass nachos.
There you go, man. There you
Let's
go.
go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, shouts out to Winona Basketball, man. We got a Winona Basketball coach, so we'll be back next week to see what happened with them. You know what I'm saying? They kicking off, so we'll see.
You better know it.
Other than that, we'll be back like we never left. You dig?
You bitch you.
Dummy.